I don't feel it's correct to give you a list of what they donated because that's their personal information.
That's not what I'm concerned about. Is a lot of, like I said, the people you're speaking to right now are pretty big within the biker community.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't get to see exactly what they see or they want to see, then we've heard about Wounded Warriors and why they're not active anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We know the details. Not your side of the details, but we've heard someone else's side of the details, and whether that's true or not, I don't know. But all your money that goes to Homes for Our Troops comes from the MCU community.
No, that's not true.
Well,
No, that's not true. Because I am personally involved with, number one, an event at the end of the month, every month, that I organize, that's put together and done at the Veterans Isle sim, that quite frankly is actually the more significant amount of money that gets sent every month, because it's a monthly event. Every month, happens every month. I've been doing it now for, I don't know, 6 years.
Okay. All right. So who's the money going to in real life?
It's going to Homes for Our Troops, the organization. That's who it's going to.
Okay, and there must be a rep there that is going to, a name that is going to.
Yep, there is. There's a rep there, but can I ask who I'm speaking to in real life before I provide that?
Yeah.
And by the way, here, let me give you this. For instance, here is all the donors from last month. Those are all the donors from last month.
So you have
contact.
So let me get this. Let me just get the story straight. So you have no affiliation with the Wounded Warriors at all.
No. I used to, but no more.
Okay.
And when I was approved by them too. I ended that because of various reasons.
Yep. Okay. Now don't get it twisted. I mean, we support everything that the military do for us and our countries, and we respect everything they do and what the organisations do in here. But when things like this arise and people start asking questions, then something needs to be
They need
done.
answers.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right with you. Okay, there's all the contact information at Homes for Our Troops. Lisa Tacker. Once we're done with this communication, I will communicate with her, and number one, tell her the concerns, and tell her that she may be contacted by you.
Right. There'll be quite a few people that would like to sit down and a chat.
Well, I that might be possible, but number one, let's say that, I mean, she's got other big things to be dealing with, and they're not really in tune to Second Life and coming into Second Life and doing chat. And I introduced them to Second Life. I told them, didn't tell them numbers, but I told them that we had been conducting for another organization for a number of years,
right,
and
let me put it to you to another way. All right, now we're going to need a sit down with her, because if you've ever spoken to Jardis, you'll notice that the last 3 Homes for Our Troops events that he's done has failed because people don't want homes for their troops around them.
Well, that's their prerogative.
Well, it's everybody's prerogative, because if it is a real organisation and the money that's being donated is going to them, then yeah. Jardis has
stolen?
Yes, he has before in the past. Yeah.
I don't understand what you mean by he has proven stolen valor, but
He lied. He still, yeah. He's lied about his current status of being in the military.
oh,
And he's lied to everybody in the community, and the whole community is now turned against him.
well,
Do you know what stolen
I don't know.
valor means?
Sir, I do not. I mean, candidly, I don't. First of all, I'll also tell you I've never been in the military. I don't feel like that should be a judgment on me. Life
It's
just
not a
didn't take me
judgment,
there.
it's just when you've got someone like Jardis that's running around saying that he's in the military and he's actually not, that there is against everything, the real military have done for our country. There are people out there that are fighting wars and losing their friends, losing their family, and then you got people like Jard who's running around pretending. There's real heroes out there that are doing their job.
Well, I understand that, and I'm shocked to hear that.
And the biker community in Second Life, and now I am talking on behalf of everybody there, doing rallies for Homes for Troop, isn't going to allow Homes for Troops events to continue until they get the proof that they need.
There's the H.F.O.T's website, by the way.
We know that it's an organisation, but we're talking about the transaction between Second Life and the Homes for our Troops. No one in the biker community is no longer going to allow any events to be held, whether it be in the bike community or anywhere else, until they see the proof, and we have a sit down with the owners of Homes for Troop to verify that the transactions are going from here to them.
Well, I'm going to contact Lisa and see if, again, the only problem is the logistics of it, meaning I don't know how in tune she is into, doing the whole chat thing, and they don't come in and hang out and
for this organization. If it's real, then she'll want to sit down so everyone else in the community in Second Life can help, because they don't want to do it anymore, because they don't believe it's a real organization, whether they have a website or they have the necessary paperwork for Second Life for the transactions to be made. All we're hearing is the money isn't going to where it should be, and the whole biker community now has turned around and said, no, we're not doing it until we see proof. And that's what's going to happen. There are several, not bad...
Shady, I feel... I don't mean to be rude, but Shady, I feel like I am answering the questions. It's just I'm dealing with, people that... again, I'm the one that implemented the whole Second Life and the things.
Exactly, so if you implemented it, then it needs to be addressed and it needs to be done quickly, because like I said, there are the 1% biker communities in this virtual world that will not allow any one of the Homes for Troops events to be held. They will shut them down.
Well, I understand that, and it's a concern. I don't like hearing that. All the information you're giving me, I respect that, and I will do my best to alleviate the concerns. I just know the logistics problem of some people that are not in tune to Second Life and just actually using Second Life like we're using it right now. I will try my best to get a hold of Lisa, talk her through, and say and do my best to maybe organize the meeting and have her in a chat like this and so forth. I'm just, I'll do my best on that, but at the same time, if she can't get the chat to work and so forth and so forth, I don't know what else to do. I can, I just gave you all the contact information.
Yeah, I know you did, but I'm speaking on behalf of the people that, are, sorry to say, that are pissed off.
Well, Um, uh, Again, I respect that. I tried my best to, quite frankly, not get into the the politics, if you will. And I'm not saying that this is politics, but I've been dealing with checkers and jar for 3-4 years now, and they every bit of the money that they brought in has gone to the organizations that they say it's going to go to.
So,
I've studied the organization. I've studied all the organizations that it goes to. And I've studied Homes for Our Troops.
yeah.
So I'm confident in all that. Whether Jar is representing himself wrong and all that, I can't speak to that. I can only speak to what he has done that I have been involved with.
Understandable.
And
So what happened?
and
What happened? What I want to know, and I want to know this story, is what actually happened to the Wounded Warriors project? Because Jard was also a
they
part
were
of that.
well. What? Okay, the specifics on that were, again, I was Wounded Warriors representative in Second Life. I got approved by them. I came up with this idea about 6 years ago of supporting our vets, our wounded vets, and Wounded Warriors, of course, was a likely one. I got in touch with them. I went through their approval process. I had a contact there. Everything was good, and we went into working. And I was transferring all the money through my account at that time,
Yep.
because I'm naive to the tax situation. Anyways, as the time went on with Wounded Warriors, number one, they became less and less communicative and supportive, although, I got a monthly acknowledgement of the fees that were sent, or not the fees, but the donations. But then when I started hearing about the Wounded Warriors problem that I think we all know about, I started studying that through Charity Navigator and so forth, and became concerned. And then I was made aware of my tax situation by my accountant, quite frankly. And I then started trying to contact my representatives, contacts at Wounded Warriors, and they were non-responsive, meaning I had to call and call and call and call and call. Finally, we get somebody, and then they set up a meeting, over phone with somebody else to help alleviate. In other words, have them set up an account like Homes for Our Troops has done. So money didn't have to transfer through me, and they didn't make the meeting. Just basically, they were totally unsupportive. And then after studying it further, with what's going on with their organization, way before all this stuff surfaced in the news,
Yep.
I made a decision to part company with them, and was either going to, number one, end the whole effort because I couldn't have a tax exposure, or number two, find another organization. And I searched through Charity Navigator to number one, find some that I could believe in.
Yep.
Then started contacting organizations, and out of all of them, Homes for Our Troops was the most responsive, and candidly, they had a heck of a time with Linden Labs getting their accounts set up
Right.
so money could be transferred out. Linden Labs gave them, I'll just say, hell,
Right.
setting up the account. But we got all through that and got it set up like 2 years ago, and they've been very responsive. That's, I feel that Lisa will make the effort to try and do what you want to have done, meaning meet in Second Life like this.
Yep.
It might not happen. It might not happen today because, they run a very lean staff. I guess the next stage is I'll try to get a hold of Lisa. You can also, communicate to her with the information I gave you, and make her aware of the, what's going on, and see what we can do on her end.